All right, so today we are going to talk about the value of the underlying digit for decimals. So it's very similar to the value of the underlying digits that we did at like the first week of school, but I'm going to review it and we're going to add the decimal part to it. All right, so as a review, we're going to think about a mini place value chart. So we're going to do ones. And you're writing this in your notebook also, because remember, you can use your notebook to help you on the math quiz on Friday. Okay, so we have the ones. This is going to be my decimal. Then we have tenths. Then we have hundredths. Then we have our thousandths. Okay, so as a review, all the numbers to the left of the decimal are whole numbers. So these are whole numbers. And then all of the digits to the right of the decimal are decimal numbers and I should say, just another way of saying it, parts of a whole. Because remember, we talked about how your ones are like $1 bills, and then your tenths are like a dime because 10 of those make one whole dollar. And then your hundredths are pennies because 100 pennies makes a dollar. So your thousandths would be like if you took a penny and cut it into 10 pieces. That'd be pretty tiny little pieces, huh? So that's how tiny your thousandths are. So the more you go this direction in decimals, the smaller it gets. All right, so when you are thinking of the value of an underlying digit, you need to think about what place it's in. So we're going to write that as a note. So when finding the value of an underlying digit or the value of a digit, we'll just say a value of a digit. Because it doesn't matter if it's underlined or not, you still find the value of a digit this way. Think about what place it is in. Okay, so you need to know place value in order to do this. If you don't know place value, you're going to struggle a little bit. So I'm going to do some examples for you, and please write these in your notebook. Because like I just said, you can use your notebook to help you with your math quiz. Same with science. I was going to say your vocabulary, but your vocabulary words that you have in your science quiz, you can use your notebook to help you. All right, so here's your first example. You're going to do 36 and 142 thousandths. And your 4 is going to be your underlying digit. So this is how you're going to show your work. And this is also how you're going to show that you know your place value. So we're going to make a place value chart, just a mini one. So you have 3, 6, and 142 thousandths. Okay, so you made just a mini place value chart right there. And you're going to label your places. So you have your tens, your ones. All the whole numbers, when I'm doing a place value, like shorthanded like this, I'm going to use capital letters for my whole numbers. And then I'm going to use lowercase capital numbers. I think I say capital numbers. I'm going to use capital letters to show my whole numbers, and I'm going to use lowercase letters to show my decimals. Okay, so we have our tens, our ones, our decimal, our tenths, our hundredths, and our thousandths. Okay, so now what digit's underlined? The 4. All right, so we're going to focus on this 4. And it says to find the value of an underlined digit or of a digit, think about what place it is that it is in. So what place is this 4 in? It's in the hundredths. So I would rewrite my 4. I'm just bringing it down. And to move it over from the decimal, I need this placeholder. Because if I were to just write this, that's wrong. That's tenths. So that is not correct. So you need to make sure you have that placeholder that pushes that 4 over to its place, which is the hundredths. So the value of this 4 is 4 hundredths. All right, let's try another one. I'm going to do it the same exact way. This is showing your work. That's showing that you know the place values and the places. We're going to do 5 and 75,000. Whoop. 5 and 75 hundredths, because thousands is here. So I was wrong. If I would have said that on a test and I was a student, that wouldn't be right, because my 5 is in my hundredths, not my thousands. So let's reread this. 5 and 75 hundredths. All right, I'm going to do my place value chart again. So 5 and 75 hundredths. Okay, so I'm going to write my ones, my decimal, tenths, hundredths, and this would be my thousandths, but nothing's in that place, but I'm just going to practice writing it. All right, the number that I'm going to focus at is the 7. So my 7, what place is my 7 in? It's in the tenths. So I need to make sure my 7 stays in the tenths. So it'd be 7 and then my decimal. And for my 5 here, for that place, I'm just going to put a 0 for a placeholder. So that's 7 tenths. So the 7 in this number has the value of 7 tenths. All right, so there are some examples for you. You are going to practice some on your own. I'm going to give you another video to watch to how to set up your notebook, but these are the notes that are going to help you. So make sure you have them in your notebook. Okay, move on to the try it part.